Yeah, that looks like it's going to be a very exciting game. I'm glad somebody picked it for the game of the week. Personally, I wanted to pick Commanders versus Browns for my game of the week. Jane Daniels is looking fantastic, but decided to switch it up. Went Cardinals versus 49ers. Niners are favored by 7. It's a division matchup. It looks like it's going to be a great game. Marvin Harrison has accounted for 3 of the 5 Cardinals offensive touchdowns passing wise. Look for him to have another receiving touchdown this game. Don't think anybody else really will there. Kyler, he needs to pick it up. He started off the year strong, kind of fizzled out a little bit the past 2 games. Look for him to come back and really have a good game in this one. Show out for the Cardinals right here.
Before we move on from that, I would like to find Sean for quarterback speak. It's a really good game. I'm glad somebody chose it for the Bills and Texans game before you transition so swiftly into your game of the
I
week.
had to transition somehow, man.
That's fair. I don't think this will be a good game at all. I think the Niners just fucking blow it wide open and beat the absolute shit out of the Cardinals.
Well, that's just like your opinion, man.
That's fair. That's
These
fair.
these two these two teams don't like each other. It is somewhat of a rivalry game. Yes, they're in the same division. That's to be expected. But more so, you typically think of like Rams 49ers as the premier rivalry there. These two teams don't really like each other, and
Cardinals surprise people every year.
they
NFC
do.
West.
I
They do.
certainly think the Cardinals play their entire division tough,
Mhm.
similar to the way like the New Orleans Saints play the NFC South, super tough every season. But I think there's plenty of turmoil in San Francisco that the Cards have a chance. But I don't find it very likely
I wouldn't say that
Likely,
it's a,
likely what?
that they win, that they can come
Oh,
out on
okay.
top. Like I
yeah.
I think like I said, there's enough turmoil in San Francisco with injuries and what have you that the Cards have a chance, but I don't think it's likely that they win this game.
Trent Williams still dealing with that little injury that he caught a couple weeks ago against the Rams. You've still got Debo, who's I think it's Debo who's finally coming back, but him and Brandon Ayuk
He
are
played last
constantly
week, but he's
injured.
nursing something. Like he's
Yes,
not 100%.
right. You're
He's
still
never
missing
100%.
you're still missing CMC, even as good as Jordan Mason has been. He's no Christian McCaffrey. That defense is, for the 49ers is good, but they've got a game buster in 2 guys that if they're on their game, the Cardinals have 2 game busters. If they're on their game, then Marvin Harrison Jr., Kyler Murray doesn't really matter who you match up against them. I would say no, we'll get to Tommy's betting segment at the end of this show, but I would say whatever parlay you want to throw together, put a Marvin Harrison Jr. touchdown in that thing.
That's not a
Hey,
bad call. That's not a bad call. I wonder if he gets it done early. See, that's the thing about the anytime touchdown parlays. You just hope everyone who you need to score like scores early. You're not fucking sweating it out late.
so yeah, you're not just
Someone score.
I think one thing that the Cardinals should really focus on is one thing that they've been pushing running the ball, but not really controlling the game from that aspect.
Hmm.
Control the clock. It's one thing that Andy Reid wasn't good at it towards the big, by the time that he got to Kansas City for a couple of years there with Alex Smith, he was really, really bad at clock management. That's something that maybe the Cardinals need to work on. That could turn them into a good team. They've been running a college style offense, especially under Cliff Kingsbury, for a long time, and they're doing it again. If they can really control that line of scrimmage, control the time of possession, no matter who they're facing, because their run game is very good. Throw in a couple play actions, some RPOs, get that out to Marvin Harrison Jr. If they can learn to start to control the game and the time of possession, this Cardinals team can be very dangerous. They just try to operate too much like a college offense.
they definitely sputter out on offense sometimes. Like they've had a couple games this season already where they've only scored like 2 touchdowns. Like
Hmm.
they don't look great at times.
Yeah.
But James Conner has proven that even when they're losing, he can be effective. So like that being the steady constant of their offense, I think just some big plays here and there, this Cardinals offense isn't that far away from being pretty good.
I agree with that. They're close. They're very, very close. Yeah.